passion, talent and dedication keep this next group going, and here to tell that story from the Whakatane district is the Eastern Bay of Plenty Brass.
Obviously, I'm not in the Eastern Bay of Plenty Brass. I'm Tony Bowen, the Mayor of Whakatane District, and I'm very proud of Eastern Bay of Plenty Brass. Our community absolutely love and embrace the brass band in our district. I'm not going to take any more time. Pam is our very enthusiastic volunteer of Eastern Bay of Plenty Brass, and let's start.
We have arrived. Hello, fellow volunteers and other important people out there. Well, I'm sure you will agree that music makes us happy. No, it doesn't matter what kind of music, it always makes you happy. And volunteering makes us happy. So, what a combination. It took some time peeling back the layers and wondering why volunteer for a band. When you meet them, you know it's just the sheer inspiration of down-to-earth yet talented people that drives the volunteers. We love them to bits. Even the conductor, the slave driver, who always tops the volunteer hours, love him to bits as well. There we are, Alan. Well, no musical event happens in Whakatane without part of our band being in it, amongst it. Now, every year, we start off with an empty bucket. No money, just thousands of dollars worth of essential overheads to pay, and a wish list as long as your arm. Our hero volunteers rise up, and the volunteer clock never stops ticking. We do anything, and I mean anything, to earn it back. All the usual money-making things. Last year we had a permanent online site selling anything that we could lay our hands on. We plagued the living daylights out of anybody that would listen to us. And we took people's rubbish and we transformed it into something that we could sell. Every minute of every day, there is someone out there in the name of the band giving volunteering time for something. Sometimes it just feels we're working so hard and we're not getting anywhere. It just feels like riding a bike and some bugger's nicked the chain. It is hugely important to us to thank people. We role model to our youngsters that this is what you do. We always try and give more than we receive. We want to give back, and we do. Volunteering is not just about fundraising, as you know, but it's about giving other people a leg up. It's a people leveler. Practically every player has a volunteer role. They give up enormous time in helping others. And now there are 30 non-playing members. And most of us, like me, cannot read a note of music. Well, how do we get all these people wanting to help? It's because they believe in us and they see the commitment. They see the success. They know we are a caring whānau and they want to be part of it. They know that we get off our backsides and get stuck in. We're infectious. It hasn't always been plain sailing, because not so long ago we were in big strife. Out of the blue, 6 instruments that we had borrowed had to go back. We felt sick. I thought, oh, now what? But in just over a year, we had replaced them. Now that's a long story, no time. No one needs to miss out in our community. If there's anyone out there that's keen, we'll take them. We supply what they need, the instrument, the tuition. They do need their 2 big front teeth. They've got to be old enough for that. Unless they're on percussion, of course, and it doesn't matter whether the drummer's got any teeth or not. Now, don't get me wrong. Because we supply these things, it doesn't mean we have spare money. It's the opposite. We see the need, and then the volunteers meet the challenge. Now, you all know, I'm telling you nothing, that without volunteers, a lot of things would just never even get off the ground. It would never happen. You're all heroes out there. Now, just before the video comes on, I've got to tell you, it's very important now. At competition, we don't get any prizes because we've got kids in the band, or for looking cute. Because the judges are behind a screen. They have no idea who's on stage. They can only hear who is competing. I'm on a roll now, and I could keep going on and on, but I can't. But it's time to go to the band room and meet our band family. Brass banding includes a lot of children, and Eastern Bay of Plenty Brass actually have more children in their band than any other band in New Zealand. I think a long time ago, brass used to be full of little old men, all tooting away, but it's very, very different now, very different.
People sometimes have the stereotype of a brass band playing marches and hymns and not exciting music, but we excite the pants off our audiences. Well, Whakatane really is unique in that we've got development programs and more young players in our band than any other band, not even counting A-grade bands. I really strongly believe that the main reason for our success really is the driver of Alan Spence, our musical director. He leads, directs, inspires.
He has nurtured us all to understand that it's all about the youth and the development and how we can bring the youth alive right through the brass band program.
The great thing about what we've done is so many of the kids have just come up through the ranks of the band. So right from first time they pick up an instrument and they've gone on to bigger and brighter things, national band players and the likes. Part of our reasoning, I guess, for going up to A grade is the fact that Alan thought that our children, particularly not the oldies like me, but the young ones, really deserve the opportunity to play at the very highest level.
It's for the love of what we do and being part of the community. We want to make Whakatane better and put us on the map, and we've sure done that. It is definitely becoming more and more popular. Eastern Bay of Plenty Brass are leading the way.
The band in a very short period of time has risen from D grade to A grade. That doesn't happen by accident. There's factors such as good players and good direction and good community and good committee and all of those things. But I think that when people hear us for the first time, they're just absolutely blown away. I'd say around the stand there would be half of the band is still at school. So National Youth Band, that's just been away. I think there were 6 members from Whakatane. The National Secondary Schools, more from Whakatane than any other band in New Zealand. And I think we had 7 in that. So really, really represent ourselves well with the youth.
We have such clever kids. When the kids go off to uni in Wellington, they're ready and they pick our kids up. They're waiting for them to go down there because they know the calibre of the musicians that leave this band room.
We strongly believe that we do such a lot of great work in this town. We don't ask a lot, but we give a lot. I think that's pretty key for our organisation. We don't actively push monetary value, to try to get monetary support. Our concerts are always full. We've got 9-year-olds and we've got, I think our eldest member of the senior band is perhaps, we don't have too many oldies like me, but probably only mid-60s. And and there's probably only 3 of us that are over 50. Really a young people's thing.